Sit down. Everybody loves you, Stephen. Yeah, that's why they're here. That's why they're watching Real Porridge podcast, because you're beautiful. It's Stephen with a PH as well, guys, not the common. Sit down. Sit down. Go on then. How do, guys? I'm at the side of the train track. It'll only be a couple of minutes, so if we're disturbed, my apologies. Just let me alter that angle. First of all, 25,000 subs. Everyone who's been here from day one to people who have just joined, thank you very much. It's much appreciated. I'm just going to take 2 minutes to tell you what the channel's about. If you just joined, there is a train coming. Again, I apologise. Real Porridge podcast. Okay, so my name is Sam. Neil Sam Samworth. People have always called me Sam. I'm an ex-prison officer, 15 years private and public sector, but I also worked 22 years in engineering. I've worked in mental health institutions, I've worked in private kids homes, and I've been a doorman. Not the sort you get front of house who deal with all the real bother. Inside, you know, just making it safe for people or whatever. So the concept of this channel, vlogging. Don't leave your ball, lad. Get your ball. Get your ball. Ball, fetch. Come on. That's better. Concept of the channel is, the original tagline was opening doors, unlocking minds, searching souls. Pretty much so. Interviewing people, ordinary people, extraordinary lives, people with a story to tell. Yeah, not celebrities. There is some people I'd love to interview. Tyson Fury, just about his mental health, nothing to do with boxing. You know, the lad's done good. Stephen, this way. Come on. So that's what it's about, guys. I film on my phone, the vlogs, daily vlogs, and interviews. Most of them are in my car, like I say. Nothing's going to change on that front at all. Playlists. There's a playlist. Kira and Marvin. I'll put them in that order because she's definitely the boss. Kira, I met through Marvin, his partner. They have a little boy who's beautiful. She has been through a world of shit. Yeah. She helps me with the channel. Really supportive. She's a good one. Marvin, I used to lock up. Yeah. He's a good friend now as well. Again, he's inspirational. His English, his grasp of the English language, way better than mine. He's self-taught in prison, his education. He had no education, so to speak. 20 years, crack addiction, taking every drug pretty much on the planet. Them two inspire me to do what I do. Right, today's vlog. Obviously, people, dark side of criminology and the like. Have you ever met any serial killers? I've come across a few, yeah. The lad I'm going to talk about today, it's called Jamie Reynolds. In the pinned comment, yeah, I will put an article so you know exactly who this lad is. Hiya, you alright? Get your ball, you, go on. No, not that one. You know what? You put that one down. There you go. He's terrible. Cheers, guys. See you later. Come on. Can't take him anywhere. Jamie Reynolds, yeah? So, my last 7 years at Strangeways, I worked on the healthcare wing. This lad landed, he was only young. I remember him coming. People who've been watching the channel a while will know I get quite emotional when I talk about some of the creatures, for want of a better word, I came across. This lad, not so much. Not a lot to say about him. He came onto the unit, he was young. Obviously being a high profile prisoner, we knew what he was in for. He murdered a young girl tragically. Before we even get into talking about him, When we deal with kids in this country, and that's up to 17, 18, even up to 21 young offenders, people want to treat them as kids and talk to them and punish them as kids. So as a teenager, mid-teens probably, this lad, yeah, he got a young lass, tried to strangle her, maybe anger, yeah. She got off, she escaped, reported it. He then come under the spotlight, the authorities, police and other services. He had images and films, torture and the like. You can imagine the sort of stuff. Bear in mind, he's tried to strangle and kill someone. So being obviously mid-teens, classed as a kid in this country, he got a caution. This lad got a caution. That's it, nothing else. Imagine an adult strangling someone or trying to strangle someone. They get off, they get caught with images, torture and the like. Boom, they're in jail. Not this lad. 5 years after this, he killed a young lass. I warn you now, if you read the article, it is quite graphic. Horrible, nasty person. But no emotion from me. He come on the unit. My manager, 40 years a mental health nurse. Come on, kidder, get your ball. 40 years a mental health nurse. Remember the first interview with him. You know, he was like a kid. Yeah, very immature. Almost as he hadn't grasped the seriousness of what he'd done. However, you know, he made attempts to conceal what he'd done and he made attempts to get off out of the way. So I'm going to relay my manager's thoughts because I've got nothing to say on him. No emotion, no nothing. He didn't get on my nerves. He weren't problematic. You know, very unassuming. Stephen, go and get your ball. Fetch it. Fetch it. Oh my word, how bad's this? Very unassuming. My manager from day one. Sam is a psychopath. Serial killer. She said it, she saw it. She didn't like him. And again, I never saw anything to be offended by, anything he'd done to upset me. So obviously in cases like this, he was assessed, psychologists, psychiatrists, the connection we had at Strangeways with Ashworth Hospital, all that sort of stuff. You know, is he mentally unwell or whatever? What I can say about him, he did go to Ashworth, is when he come back, he was a different lad. More mature almost. I remember going on E-Wing Outer. E-Wing at Strangeways was a segregation unit, a nonce wing, where they could have nonce, sex offenders who were Cat A, although most of them weren't. And opposite that was the Cat A unit. He was on there in a cell studying. Changed, you know, how he carried himself. He was a different person. When he got sentenced, he got whole of life. Whole of life to mean whole of life, never getting out. It's around about 2013, something like that. What I did read, which shocked me, only 44, 45 people have been given that sentence, whole of life. You know, I thought it would be way more, maybe. Anyway, he's now in Monster Mansion, HMP Wakefield, or he was at back end of 2021. He could possibly be Britain's longest serving prisoner ever. You know, I think it was 2021 when he got sentenced. If he don't become ill in prison or whatever, Britain's longest serving prisoner. God bless the lass whose life he took. Tragic, and it could have been prevented. We don't learn. I believe the police force concerned, you know, when he come on the radar for strangling a lass, trying to kill her, actually apologised to the family. You know, which shows, well, it's just shocking. It's just shocking. Anyway, guys, 25k, thank you very much. Format's not changing. Get off. Come. Do you know what? Sorry about that, guys. He's eating. Go on. Black labs, anything and everything. Horse muck. My apologies. Stephen, come here. 25k, absolutely appreciate. There he is. Everyone's favourite black lab. Eating horse shit. Incidentally, guys, most of these vlogs will be up here. This is the old Loft House Colliery pit site in Wakefield, where I now live. Again, thank you so much. Thanks for all the comments, all the support. Marvin and Kira, Al City.